Less than 3 weeks until the season commences, the Premier League's traditional top sixes squads are starting to take shape. They alone have spent close to £500 million on the summer's biggest signings in a bid to keep up with each other. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United and Tottenham will all fancy themselves to mount a title challenge, and each club has taken a different approach. Spurs are uber confident and have bought no one. City have signed 3 full-backs. United won the grapple with Chelsea for Romelu Lukaku. There is still plenty of time for more movement, but here is Sportsmail's assessment of how the title contenders are looking now. Arsenal, transfer summary. Arsenal's summer has so far been as much about who they have kept hold of as who they have signed. Arsene Wenger, their manager, will hope centre-forward Alexander Lacazette can provide the goals they needed last season, yet only rangy left-back Sead Kolasinac has joined him on a free. Much has been talked about the futures of Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, among many other Arsenal players, but all still remain at the club. Wenger has work to do. Possible lineup: 3-4-3, Ospina. Holding: Koscielny, Kolasinac, Bellerin, Ramsey, Xhaka, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Ozil, Lacazette, Sanchez. INS and outs: INS, Sead Kolasinac, from Schalke, free; Alexander Lacazette, from Lyon, £46.5 million, outs: Chris Willock, to Benfica, Undisk Dan Crowley, to Willem II, Undisk Stefan O'Connor, to Newcastle, free; Iasonogo, to Toulouse, free; Kalen Hines, to Wolfsburg, Undisk Glenn Kamara, to Dundee, free; Wojciech Szczesny, to Juventus, £10 million. Chelsea, transfer summary. They may have lost out on Lukaku, but manager Antonio Conte has, nonetheless, spent more than £100 million on a new spine to his Chelsea team. Powerhouses Antonio Rudiger, the centre-back, and Taimu Bakayoko, the defensive midfielder, have recently been joined by Real Madrid striker Alvaro Morata, to replace the disruptive Diego Costa. Rivals should fear how effectively Conte has strengthened his Premier League title winners, and the Italian boss wants even more options. Possible lineup: 3-4-3, Courtois, Rudiger, David Luiz, Cahill, Azpilicueta, Bakayoko, Kanté, Marcos Alonso, Willian, Morata, Pedro. Chelsea's INS and outs: INS, Ethan Ampadu, from Exeter City, Undisk Wilfried Caballero, from Manchester City, free; Antonio Rudiger, from Roma, £29 million, Taimu Bakayoko, from Monaco, £40 million, Alvaro Morata, from Real Madrid, £60 million, outs: Christian Atsu, to Newcastle, Undisk Asmir Begovic, to Bournemouth, £10 million, Dominic Solanke, to Liverpool, subject to tribunal, Alex Kaiwamia, to Doncaster, free; Bertrand Traore, to Lyon, £8.8 million, Nathan Ake, to Bournemouth, £20 million, Danilo Pantic, to Partizan, Undisk John Terry, to Aston Villa, free; Gael Kakuta, to Amiens, Undisk Nathaniel Chalobah, to Watford, £5 million. Liverpool, transfer summary. Not perhaps the signings to match the two Manchester clubs and Chelsea, but if Mohamed Salah is as good at football as he is running, he'll be some addition to manager Jurgen Klopp's team, while nicking disgruntled Dominic Solanke away from Chelsea could be one of the summer's bargains. It's still unlikely to be enough to challenge for the title until the end as it stands, while Barcelona's pursuit of Philippe Coutinho is unwanted. Possible lineup: 4-3-3, Mignolet, Milner, Matip, Lovren, Robertson, Lallana, Henderson, Coutinho, Salah, Firmino, Main. INS and outs: INS, Dominic Solanke, from Chelsea, subject to tribunal. Mohamed Salah, from Roma, £34 million. Andrew Robertson, from Hull, £8 million. Outs: Jack Dunn, to Tranmere, free. Andre Wisdom, to Derby, £3 million. Lucas, to Lazio, £5 million. Ryan Fulton, to Hamilton, free. Kevin Stewart, to Hull, £8 million. Manchester City, transfer summary. Manager Pep Guardiola likes his full-backs to tuck in and play centre-back, or push forward into central midfield, or attack as a winger. After spending so much money on right and left backs, he'll be able to fill the full 11 with them soon. In all seriousness, City needed a new goalkeeper, stronger central midfield, and to replace their aging full-backs. Guardiola has managed to bring just that into the Etihad Stadium so far this summer. Possible lineup: 4-2-3-1, Ederson, Walker, Kompany, Stones, Mendy, Fernandinho, David Silva, De Bruyne, B. Silva, Sane, Jesus. Fact box title: INS, Bernardo Silva, from Monaco, £43 million. Ederson Moraes, from Benfica, £35 million. Kyle Walker, from Tottenham, £54 million. Danilo, from Real Madrid, £27 million. Benjamin Mendy, from Monaco, £52 million. Outs: Pablo Zabaleta, to West Ham, free. Aaron Mui, to Huddersfield, £8 million. Wilfried Caballero, to Chelsea, free. Gael Clichy, to Istanbul Bayak, free. Olivier Ntcham, to Celtic, £4.5 million. Nolito, to Seville, £7.9 million. Alexander Kolarov, to Roma, £4.5 million. Manchester United, transfer summary. Swiftly sweeping away Romelu Lukaku when he was practically through the gates at Chelsea's Cobham training ground earned Jose Mourinho one of the marquee summer signings, if not the marquee summer signing, and could prove to be a masterstroke next season. Besides that, however, only Victor Lindelof has been brought in, to help a defense Mourinho finds troublesome. Mourinho is hoping one or two more players, in particular a defensive midfield, arrive, and he retains interest in Tottenham's Eric Dier. Losing Wayne Rooney to Everton should feel like a major departure, but, in reality, he was mainly on the periphery last season. Predicted lineup: 4-2-3-1, Dudgy, Valencia, Lindelof, Bailey, Blind, Pogba, Herrera, Lingard, Mkhitaryan, Rashford, Lukaku. INS and outs: INS, Victor Lindelof, from Benfica, £31 million. Romelu Lukaku, from Everton, £75 million. Outs: Wayne Rooney, to Everton, free. Adnan Januzaj, to Real Sociedad, £10 million. Transfer summary. This could be left blank and still accurately surmise Tottenham's summer spending. There has been none. Bold, clever, foolish, all three. Selling Kyle Walker to Manchester City for £54 million when he was not even first choice right back at the end of last season is great business. Manager Mauricio Pochettino believes in Kieran Trippier, and they have youngster Kyle Walker-Peters coming through as backup. Do Spurs need to spend big when they have Harry Kane and Dele Alli? By some estimates, two of the top three most valuable players in the world, Neymar being the other. This could also be a ploy by Chairman Daniel Levy to drive down the prices of his targets, so they may not conclude the transfer window without a signing. Predicted lineup: 4-2-3-1, Lloris, Trippier, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Davies, Dembele, Wanyama, Eriksen, Ali, Son, Kane. INS and outs: INS, none. Outs: Philip Lesenic, to Aalborg, free. Luke McGee, to Portsmouth, Undisk. Kyle Walker, to Manchester City, £54 million. Federico Fazio, to Roma, Undisk.